Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a makeup tutorial using only drugstore makeup products. Everything that I'm using is going to be under the price of €16. A lot of the products are actually under €10, so really affordable, and all the products are available nationwide in pharmacies and stuff, so easy to get your hands on them. This is one of the finished looks. I did do a nude lip combo as well for those who are intimidated by the dark lip. So if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. Okay, hairband is in. We're not messing around. Okay, so the first thing I do when I'm getting ready for any event is fake tan. So even if I have a developing fake tan on, like a fresh tan like this, I still always go in with an instant tan. The one that I always use is the Hansen Airbrush Legs. This is my OG instant tan, and I love this so much. I use the shade Medium Glow, and this is basically body makeup. So spray it on like so, and then rub it in with a tan mitt like this, and it blends super easy. And I feel like then in pictures your tan just looks even more flawless, and it gives a really nice finish to the skin. Even if you don't have any developing tan on, you can use this by itself and it's amazing. Okay, so moving on to makeup, the first thing I'm going to use is a primer, and the one I'm using is the Max Factor Facefinity primer, and this one here is $15.99. So this one also has an SPF 20 in it, and it's really hydrating on the skin. So I apply this with my hands always. So moving on, I'm going to use the Rimmel 25-hour lasting finish foundation, and I'm mixing the shades 400 Natural Beige and 303 True Beige. So first I'm going to use the 400. I actually think that might work by itself. I also love that this is the applicator on it, because it makes it like so much easier. Okay, I think this might work by itself. I'm just gonna go in with the shade 400. Just apply a small amount. I look like the peanut butter baby right now. Okay, so to blend all of that in, I'm gonna use my AYU foundation brush and just buff it into the skin. So this foundation actually builds up really nicely, and I'd say the coverage is more like a medium towards full, and like a semi-matte finish, not fully matte, but it's not shiny either. So moving on to concealer, I'm going to use the Rimmel Lasting Finish Breathable Concealer in the shade 200. So just applying it in the areas that I always do, under my eyes, because I need to add a bit of lightness in. That foundation is quite tanned. And then this will kind of cream contour as well. The center of my forehead, down the center of my nose. Don't bring it the whole way down your nose. So I apply it on my chin, the corners of my mouth, and then kind of bring it up, and that kind of does a little bit of contour. Next, I'm going to use a damp beauty blender and blend all of this in. Next, to set my base, I'm going to use the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder. This is one of my all-time favorite face powders, and I'm using the shade 001. It comes in 6 different shades, which I actually didn't know. This is the one that I always use, and it's my favorite. It is transparent, so it will kind of go if you're paler or more tanned. That's why I love it. And I'm using my Zoeva 106 powder brush, and just kind of patting it on my face. Then using my damp beauty blender, I'm actually just gonna pick that up and apply it under my eyes to kind of brighten them a little bit. This step is optional. I just like the look that it gives. This is kind of like baking, so it will just help my makeup stay on in my kind of T-zone area that I get oilier. And this is only $5.99, so it's super affordable and I love it. So moving on to bronzer, I'm going to use the Bourjois bronzing powder in the shade 51. This one is another really popular product. So I'm going to use my Zoeva 126 powder brush with this. And this is only €10.49, so super affordable. And I'm applying it in the areas that I always do. So in my temple area, and on my cheekbone kind of area too, to contour and bronze in one, and in my kind of temple, so this kind of C area here, and then underneath as well. So applying it underneath here to kind of carve out the jawbone. So at this stage I like to spray my skin, let it dry, and then continue with the makeup. So I'm using the Rimmel Insta Fix&Go face spray, which is one of my favorites. This is like my 3rd bottle of this now, and it's amazing. You can use this as a primer and a setting spray. Just to let that powder kind of settle into my skin, and then not being extra at all, I'm just going to dry that into my face. I actually keep this in my makeup room for this purpose, literally just to dry my face spray. Okay, you're done. Moving on to blush, I'm using the Bourjois blush, and this is in the shade 03 Copper Brown. So it's just a nice neutral kind of shade. I might go in with more of a pinky shade after, but for now I'm just gonna stick to this, and I'm using the Zoeva 127 cheek brush. And these, again, are another really kind of cult classic popular product, and they only cost $7.95, so super affordable. Then moving on to highlighter, I'm going to use the Bourjois Sculpt Light Strobing Highlighter. So it's actually a liquid highlighter here. And what I'm going to do is put it onto the back of my hand first. So one pump out like this, and apply it using my beauty blender like so. And just bounce it onto the top of the cheekbones. So this will help kind of push the product into the skin and stop it from kind of caking up or separating with the powder that we applied. Can you see that? I hope you can see that. I feel like my lights never show up highlight, but that might show up, I'm not really sure. Okay, you could also mix this in with your foundation at the start if you want your foundation to kind of be more dewy and glowy. Moving on to brows, I'm just gonna brush through them first, and I only tinted mine literally like 2 days ago, hence why they're already quite dark. I don't want anything too dramatic on my eyebrows. I just want to kind of give them a bit more definition. So I'm going to go back to these little babies, which are the Rimmel Brow Shake powders. And I'm going to use the lightest one first. So this is 001 Blonde. And apply this at the beginning of my brows first. Actually, I think I'm going to use the blonde throughout my brows, because I feel like if I go in with one of the darker colors, then my brows will be way too dark because of the tint. And the price of these are $8.50. And by the way, all the products are available nationwide. So in pharmacies nationwide. And then to finish off the brows, I'm going to use the Max Factor Natural Brow Styler Sculpting Gel. And as you can see, this one, by the color of it, is well used. And this basically will just keep the brows in place for the day. Okay, so moving on to eyes, I'm going to use the Bourjois Quad, and this is in the shade 15 Brilliant Prunette. So the first shade I'm going to go in with is this purple one here, and I'm going to use a MAC 224 brush to apply that. Actually, I'm going to use the Bourjois bronzer first. So with the MAC 224 and the Bourjois bronzer, I'm going to use this into the crease of my eye, just to give it a really nice light transition color, and a little bit underneath. And then after I apply the Bourjois bronzer, I'm then going to go in with the purple color from the Bourjois Quad and apply this into the crease. And I'm also applying this color underneath my eyes with the same brush, just really, really lightly, and not bringing it down too far. Then moving on to the darker shade in the palette, I'm going to use my Zoeva 227 brush, and I'm mixing that a little bit with the purple shade as well. And I'm applying that just at the center of my lid, up into my crease. Then I'm taking a smaller brush. This one is from Blank Canvas, but it's very similar to the Inglot 13P. And I'm gonna wet that with some of my face spray and dip it into this shade here with a little bit of this as well. And I'm going to apply those colors just in the inner corners of my eye. Then next I'm gonna use the Rimmel Soft Kohl eye pencil in the shade 061 Jet Black. This here costs €4.75, and I'm applying this in my upper waterline. Then for mascara, I'm going to use the Rimmel Wonderfully Real Black Mascara, and this one is €10.50. And just apply that the way I do with any mascara. Okay, this is really good. I haven't tried this before. What? Okay, so moving on to lips, I'm going to show two different options just because I know not everyone likes a really dark lip. So the first one I'm going to show is more of like a nudie kind of pink color, and this is the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Rose and Shine, and I'm pairing that with the Rimmel East End Snob Lip Liner. The Rimmel matte lips are amazing liquid lipsticks, and the color payoff is insane, and they're only $7.95, so they're really affordable as well. This actually is very like the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. Well, it reminds me of it anyway. So I actually changed my mind. I'm going to go in with the liquid lipstick in the shade Pink Blink. And then going in with a little bit of the shade Be My Baby, just in the center. So this would be the look with more of like a nudie kind of pink lip. So a little bit more wearable for anyone who's intimidated with darker lips. But I think a darker lip is definitely more Christmassy. And I'm actually going to use this one here, which is Plum The Show. The lip liner I'm going to use for it is again from Rimmel. And it is the shade 061 Obsession. And then this here is the darker lip. So I feel like this is definitely more Christmassy. I know not everyone is into dark lips. That's why I did the kind of nude one as well. So you have two different options depending what you like to wear. So yeah, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Like I said, all of the products are drugstore. Everything that I used is under the price of €16. A lot of them are actually under €10 as well. So really affordable, all available nationwide in pharmacies, Boots, etc. And yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. But this is it from me and I will see you all in my next one. Bye. And they don't smudge.